Hi guys, welcome to my Love is Blind Season 2 reunion recap and review. In my last video, I said that Shake reminded me of those creepy guys on dating apps that immediately ask about, body measurements, the super shallow types. And this reunion just reaffirmed that I was completely right. At the reunion, Shake went on rants that made everyone cringe about how we're all animals and how he's attracted to only Vanessa Lachey for some reason on the show, the host. I swear, season 2 just reminded me that dating can be the worst sometimes. First up is Shane. So he apologizes for the time he confused Natalie for Shayna in the pods. I didn't personally think this was a big deal. I mean, it's the pods. You don't see who's there, so it's easy to confuse voices. But Shane apologizes for everything. He looks a little fidgety during the reunion, and this is how Shayna is looking at Shane with this quint. And how do we feel about Shane's super short pants? Is this normal? Or did I just miss the memo? I don't know. There's just a lot of apologizing in this segment, and I think the cast is just going on some kind of apology tour to play it safe. Shane apologizes to Natalie. Natalie apologizes to Shane for making him feel like he wasn't enough. Shayna apologizes to Kyle, and Shake just keeps interrupting with wild comments, and Shane is sitting next to him, and he is disgusted by this. His face is constantly like, oh God, please stop. But honestly, Shake brought a lot of entertainment to an otherwise kind of standard reunion. Shake says that this drive to continue on the show was probably a driving factor for Shayna and Kyle. And everyone's like, not for me at all. But I mean, I don't know. This he may have a point with, because when you're on a show, you probably feel like you want to see it through in some way. There's some type of motivation there. Shane's like, I can't believe the words coming out of his mouth at all. It's just bad. It's just bad. Then he says that he's had a very hard time taking this experience seriously. So Shake, right off the bat, broke the unwritten rule of love dating reality shows where you're supposed to pretend like you take it seriously, and you're supposed to pretend like you're not there to be on the show, and not necessarily there to find love all the way. Although we all know some people definitely are there for the show. Throughout the years, this has been kind of obvious to the viewers even, and whatever fame or 15 minutes of fame these people can get. Following that, Ayanna and Jarrett have to watch that awkward interaction between him and Mallory at the barbecue where they're full-on flirting, and he's saying he should have gotten her the ring that she wanted, the gold ring. I mean, that scene is going to haunt their marriage until the end of time. They were engaged at this point, so it was super inappropriate, enough to lose a bunch of trust points in my book. Next, they talk about Nick and Danielle, the happy couple. They give a tour of their apartment and their costumes, and actually I think they're a great couple, and that Nick is probably the most emotionally intelligent guy, I think, of all the guys on the show. But this segment is kind of a big yawn, nothing unexpected. Now, on to Sal and Mallory. Sal seems to keep something private. He keeps hinting at, and as if there's something we didn't see and it's cryptic, and he says he didn't feel heard by Mallory just overall. Shake totally interrupts again and he's like, your situation with Jarrett and Sal's ex-girlfriend, this was soured like a broken vase, you can't put it back together. Then people are starting to get really irritated and they're mad at him for even chiming in, and he's like, I've seen people who are so real in the beginning turn fake as you know what. So he's calling them all fake. Being on the show, or I guess getting engaged, is not that different from making a big purchase, is what he says next. A big purchase, guys. So yeah, Vanessa Lachey is starting to lose her cool at this point and tells him, you're on the wrong show. And next Shake says that all the women here are beautiful, but unfortunately, the only one he's attracted to is Vanessa. He says, we're all animals, we're animals, which is so cringe. And Nick Lachey gives a clap back by saying, no, you treat animals, because Shake's a vet. And Vanessa is all like, that's my man. But I mean, I've heard better clapbacks, but I love Nick Lachey, so he's the best anyway. Ayana then calls him a narcissist and basically tells him he needs a psychologist. I mean, I personally feel like the word narcissist is overused these days. Like, everyone's calling everyone narcissist, so I don't know. Like, obviously, this is a pretty bold statement. Next, we learn that some huge argument at Shane and Natalie's bachelor and bachelorette party kind of ended things for real. And they're both feeling emotional about the coulda, woulda, shoulda. Kind of sad that one argument can just change the course of all that. Imagine how things would be today if they just stayed at home and watched Netflix, for example, on that night. Shane refuses to talk about seeing Shayna after the show, but apparently they did see each other, which is the one thing I was super curious about, but he just does not want to talk about it. And Shayna brushes it off like, oh yeah, but we're just friends and nothing happened. Overall, I think Shayna actually handled herself well in all this compared to Jessica in season 1. I know there's a lot of comparisons between the two, but Shayna overall came off much better in the end. And well, she was squinting a lot, so she was just like, you know, I guess that's like how she thinks or something. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed season 2 of Love is Blind. Let me know your thoughts about the reunion in the comments. That's it, guys, for me. If you liked this video, please give it a like. And if you like my channel, definitely subscribe because it's my new channel. All right, guys, bye.